All right. All right, Seth, we're going to take a quick look. This is about a little over a minute video. I don't like when they come up as a short, but anyway, because I don't get the full screen that I'm looking for. So let's take a look at some of the work with you and Ryan. So here's a something. You hopped up into the air. You hop up, you come down, and then everything sort of relaxes, like you drop your hands. But I think you're too close to have that type of disposition. If your front foot were somewhere here, meaning you were over here, then you could drop your arms and sort of relax. But here you're in very close to where Ryan is. So let's take a look at that again, and I want you to watch how the you've got the basics down of the movement, but then you jump up in the air. You get a little bit high, right there, and then you drop the hands. You get too relaxed for being that close. I like that. So that was a great piece of occupying some space. And again, this is it's questionable. You have there's good distance between you. I, but if you notice, Ryan looks ready to work, and Ryan is ready to work. Your hands are down, and again, not a cardinal sin, not the end of the world, especially with that distance. But Ryan's ready to work. Do you know what I mean? So let's back up a little bit. I like that. You guys can stir the pot, chord tap, even if you're just. So the footwork over here, there's something sort of okay. I think what's happening with your feet is you're dragging your feet. And I think that's a footwork issue, and I think that might be making things in terms of movement a little bit harder. See how you're taking some steps there. Not, I like the da da da. See how light you are on your feet here, and then you start dragging it like it's dead. Nice use of the jab. Nice parry. Now, you're getting in a habit. I saw this earlier too when you were on the other side of the room. You're starting to lift your lead leg as if you're checking a kick. And that's a bad habit to get into in boxing is when you start lifting that leg. I've done that too. Usually what happens is, see that? I'll do that lift when I'm doing Muay Thai because in Muay Thai you're checking kicks. It is just a natural thing. One of the reasons I stopped doing Muay Thai was because it was just negatively affecting my boxing in that way because and I don't think you're doing Muay Thai. But if you are, just be aware of that. If you're not doing Muay Thai, then that's a bigger. We got to make sure that you don't lift that leg. And your hands are going sort of up and down. They're together. The jab looks a little pushy. And you could see that the so you know what's interesting about this too, Seth, is this is definitely not your best performance. You do so much better than what we're watching. Um, this is bad stuff, but this is not how you normally operate. I've seen you do so much better. You've just been better than this. Um, so what's good about this is it gives us an opportunity to see what some of your bad habits are or some of your mistakes are. So and you're pushing that jab. I like that. But see how you got hit there because you brought that hand back low. Like I wish this would sort of go back in slow motion. Watch your lead hand. So we're watching the lead hand. Right there. See how it dropped? I want you to see that again. That's why you got hit, because you dropped the lead hand. It dropped. Boom. Right there. Curious about. I've got. What I'm looking for here is there a way of I can change the speed? Um, and it appears that with when it's in shorts, I cannot. All right. So I just want to go back to that. Night and it was a good. You had the right idea of your exit. Good idea. Right there. So, and that's why you got hit. You had but by the way, the idea and execution of that exit, you went back and then you started to circle. So you did that was absolutely right. You can see here, footwork wise, you could see you're about to land on the heel. This is you're way out of position, and that was all set up just by the mistake of bringing that hand back low like that. There you go. That's a good sequence. That's a very good sequence. So let's watch that again. This is a very good sequence right there. I'm not crazy about where your right hand is. I'd like it a little bit higher. All right. I'm going to stop this here. Again, it is this is a bad performance, and you are normally much better than this. So we're gonna have to get video of. I know that you did some other videos. Take a look at some of the ones that you took. Take a look at those. Find one that you're happy with. Send it to me, and we'll go over it. But I did want to get you this. All right, that is it. Cool.